Hey folks, here's a really cool video. Please watch it to the end and watch the bonus section and learn about a tool I created to help me with my toy photography, and I may be offering it to toy photographers like you. Let's go. Hey guys, so brief little intro. I'm going to go over my set with you real quick. I got a couple cool little tricks I want to share with you and what I'm doing and how I'm going to photograph this scene with Creepshow. And I guess I'm going to really quickly talk about my equipment and give you kind of an idea of why I'm using what I'm using, and then we'll go into the set, and then I'll just do the photography. It's a really, I'm going to try to keep the video short because I can, talk on and on and on, and I want to avoid that. During the actual photography part of it, I'm going to voice over and just tell you what I'm doing. But anyway, let's get looking at the equipment, okay? So what I'm using here is, pretty much what I use all the time. I use my Canon EOS R. I've got a 100 millimeter macro 2.8. I go back and forth between this lens and my Canon 200 millimeter 2.8 with an extension tube. I use that also. But in this set here, I want to capture the whole scene. And so I'm using my 100 millimeter macro with the RF adapter, RF to EF adapter. Explore 600, this is the trigger. In this, one of the important things in this setup for one of the tricks I'm going to be doing is you really cannot touch the camera. So what I have here is, once I figure out how I unhook it, it's my shutter release, intervalometer, whatever. It's just a shutter release. It is an intervalometer also, but it's used as a shutter release in this setup. Tripod, ball head. That's really the camera part of the equipment, Canon EOS R. Let me show you the light real quick that I'm going to use. On a C stand, I'm using the Explore 600. There's just a reflector on here with a grid, a really tight grid, and a blue gel. That's my main light. It's going to be throwing blue light onto the scene to mimic moonlight. And so we've got that. On a C stand is this kind of homemade light wand. All it is some Christmas lights spray painted black with one knot so that I can put that light in where I want it. There are other versions of this that I am going to make that are a lot better. And I've got the LED light to do it and the solder and everything. And I'll be sharing that with you guys. It's a great way to put light in a scene exactly where you want it just by moving it in there. I've got a fog machine. And I've got a Lume Cube behind the set over there to give a little depth, a little red light coming out the door over there. This just adds another layer of light to the scene. Let me shut the lights off and kind of show you what this looks like. Let me shut that off. Let me shut this off. Let me turn on my modeling light. Give me 1 second. So you guys can kind of just see what this looks like. Okay. So that's what we're looking like right now. Without the lantern on, if the GoPro is even going to pick that up, I don't know. Let me sort of come in there and see what we, maybe you guys can see that. I don't know. It doesn't look that bright on here, but so this is what we got. Okay. Shows kind of what the scene looks like. Let me help it. Maybe that'll help it out a little bit. GoPro doesn't pick up very good in low light. But that's what we've got there. We've got a fog machine. And really that's it, guys. I do have, let me turn on, my fog machine is heating up. I can smell it. I can smell it. I did create a cardboard set of an old metal building scene, kind of. Created some trees. Like I say, using some material they're weeds, but they actually, the middle is hollow and it's just a weed that grows, and it grows really tall, but they really look like tree trunks and stuff. And so I've created some trees there with some cardboard bases, hot glued and buried under the dirt. So Anyway, let's get to taking some pictures, man, because that's what I want to do. I want to show you guys this and how I do it. So really quickly, let's bring this down. I want to make sure that this is in frame enough. I don't know if you guys can see this. Really quickly, I've got my composition, and I'm just going to use the green dots, the green arrows on here to roll my camera into focus on Creepshow's face, okay? And he's definitely in focus there, okay? I just noticed, oh, it looked like he had one yellow eye and one white eye, but he doesn't. It's just me. Anyway, okay, so the scene looks good. We're composed really good. I like the way it is. There's a couple things going on here. I'm not going to voice over this, so I'm just going to talk over it, over this video. What you want to, the two most important things of this type of shoot that I'm going to show you are the camera cannot move. It has to stay in the exact spot. You have to use a remote shutter or a timer, because we're taking two shots that have to line up perfectly in Photoshop when we use auto align. So that's why we have to make sure that it stays in the same place. So that being said, the second most important part is we're taking two shots. The first shot, all we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of the scene properly exposed with the blue gelled light and the red light from behind. We're just going to take a properly exposed picture, we're going to take a picture that represents the way I want the scene to look. It might not be properly exposed, but it will be exposed for the drama that I want to show in this scene, okay? That's my fog machine telling me it's ready. So the first shot is the correct exposure. The second shot, I keep everything just the same, and all I do is I'm going to insert in the light source to illuminate the lantern. That's it. It's two shots. It's really simple. Let's get going because I don't want to keep on talking. Okay, I'm gonna shut the lights off. Okay, light off there. Everything. Let me plug my light wand in, and I'm going to rotate the camera up a little bit. It might be a little bit hard to. Hopefully, this will show good. Let's see. Let me plug my little light wand in. I have to have this stuff set up in advance because there's just a lot of steps to it. Let me plug this in. Okay, that's plugged in. We're good there. Okay, that's all great. I got my remote for my fog. Okay, okay, let's turn these lights off and let's take some photos. Okay. Oh, one thing, I do have to turn my modeling light off because I'm using a long exposure. And what will happen is that modeling light will come back on after the flash fires, and it will give me a lot more blue than I want. Okay, there we go. That is off. Okay. Let's hide this light wand so it doesn't give me light spill on the first image. There we go. Now, we'll come over here. We'll make sure we're on timer mode on the camera. You might not be able to see this, but I'm just going to walk you through it. We're going to make sure we're on timer mode on the camera. It's going to give me a 10-second timer. Okay. And I want to make sure this camera, it has this tendency to go to auto ISO, and I don't want that. We're going to do 1.5 seconds, and that's going to give me enough time to drag some of that red from the Lume Cube out and expose and get a nice exposure for that. So let's go ahead and take this first shot. Okay. And it's going to count down. I'll let a little fog out. Oh, where did my flash go? My flash did not go off. Helps when you turn the flash on. Technical difficulty. Story of my life. There's the flash. Let's do it one more time. Sometimes the struggle is real, baby. Okay. 10 seconds. Here we go. Little fog. There we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the light on. It's smoky. We're going to look at that shot and make sure that I like the way that looks. And there's not too much smoke covering or fog covering old Knucklehead's face here, which I might not mind that too much. Sometimes it's better. I like the exposure, but the fog isn't right. Let me get the fog again. Sometimes, you know, like here in this case, I have the fog machine to the side. I'm going to turn it just a little bit more, okay, so it doesn't cover his face up so much. And we're going to take the shot again, okay. So I'm going to leave the GoPro on the camera right now, and we're just going to go ahead and shut this off, this light here, and take the shot again. And I'm going to roll the fog a little bit in advance. Okay, we got 10 seconds. There's a little fog. Hopefully doesn't cover his face. There we go. I think that might be a little bit better. Let's take a look and see what we got. Got a lot of fog, I know that. Beautiful. Good Lord. I like it. Okay, now, all I'm going to do in this shot, same settings. We're going to take the same shot. We're not going to do fog in this one. And all I'm going to do is go over here and put the light wand in on the scene. That's all I'm going to do. And I've got 10 seconds to do it. Okay. Let's take a look and see what I got. It might look good. Might look like crap. We're going to find out. Oh, Lord, that looks so stinking nice, man. One problem, I moved the light before the exposure ended, so let's do it again. Gosh darn that photographer, he sucks. He's fired. So let's go ahead and do it one more time, but gosh, that looks so nice. Okay, 10 seconds counting down. I get over here to my little bulb here. It's kind of tough because, I'm not going to lie, it's got to keep that bulb pretty hidden. And one of the difficulties is the lantern is to the side. So I don't have as much, lantern to hide behind the bulb behind. And that makes it a little bit tough. But let's take a look and see what we got. Okay. It's going to happen, Captain. But that's what this is, man. It's just, you know, and I'm a one-man band, so I got to do it all on my own. So it takes a few shots sometimes. Don't be discouraged. I think that'll work. That'll work. 2990. Let's turn the light on. It's foggy. Got some air in here. Oh, when the sun went down. Let's turn some lights on. Unplug my little light wands. And shut her down, Holmes. Shut her down, okay? Now I'll blend these two in Photoshop, and I will put the image up on screen. Check out this bonus section of video and an awesome tool I created to help you with your tour photography. I'm going to offer these for sale later, but they certainly help me. Let's go. There we go. So what I have really is an on and off switch. I've got a 3-volt LED light on the end of this round tube, and I've soldered wire all the way down the length of this tube. And it's small and it's thin and it's black because it's easily concealed. I can put this in anywhere I want in the scene. I can put it under his feet. I can put it in his dang hollow log. I can put it by his butt. I can put it wherever. And since I took 2 shots, it's easy to edit out this wand in Photoshop because you've already got the information from the first frame to layer mask and erase this little light wand. So it's really pretty easy. This is a pretty cool little tool. I may make some of these and sell them. I don't know. I'm working on getting a 3D print of a housing to house this so that it looks nicer. But basically, it's a flashlight on the end of a long pencil. That's what it is, man.